Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of Brick Bus. Today, we have a special guest with us on our episode who is also one of our investor. Welcome, Mr. Omar Shaikh.
Thank you.
Firstly, I would like to ask you, my question to you would be, you have been working with another agency before. Why did you choose Capella?
Well, it wasn't me who was working with, it was my father who invested. I chose Capella because of, in one word, the clarity.
Okay.
In the information provided, clarity in the work style, clarity in everything I wanted from the person whom I was dealing with.
Okay.
So, if you want one word answer, it's clarity. I was given everything clearly, to the point, precise. So that's why I chose Capella, and I'm glad it was a great choice and a good decision.
So, Mr. Asim, since you met him first, what clarity and how were you able to provide him the information that he required?
Thank you, Angela.
What exactly?
You know the first thing I did, I was more nicer to him than you are. To start with,
Yeah.
if I would say, I would always greet him and say, thank you, Umar, for sparing your time, coming today here with us, being here with us. It means a lot to us, your presence. So, Angela, that's food for your thought. By clarity, he means, listen, everyone who comes to us, understand my point, is not coming here to buy a property.
Correct.
The investor has a certain amount of money, and he is looking for solutions to maximize the gain or the profits from the stockpile that he has. Right?
Yes.
So our aim is to provide solutions. Now, the solutions have to be crystal clear, black and white, and should have tangible results associated with it. Why are people coming to us? Because we have a certain amount of knowledge, we have experience, we have researched the market, we have gone into the details of how Dubai real estate is maneuvering over the period of time, and that clarity should be transmitted, should be clearly dictated, and should be clearly told to the clients so that they can make rational decisions based on the same.
Okay. So, Umar, I would like to ask you a question. You have multiple properties in Dubai.
Yeah.
How important for you is property management?
It's very critical, I would say. Honestly, I don't have the time to do all that. So I have to trust someone who can do that for me. And fortunately, Capella Properties is the solution for me. So if you ask in terms of a person like me who handles multiple businesses, for me, I need someone who can trust more than 100% and to not only like take care of my property, give me the right time to invest, disinvest, invest somewhere else, everything. So on the whole encompass, I think Capella fits the bill perfectly.
Thank you so much for
And-
the
and
vote of confidence
If
in
you,
us.
thank you. Both of us are petrol heads.
Yes.
And I'll give
That's a very good common point. we have.
That's a very good common point we have. And based on that, I'll give an example.
Yeah.
So you buy a car which is state of the art. He has a couple of them. I'm eyeing one couple of them. So you have to maintain it in
Yes.
order to retain and enhance its value over a period of time.
Correct.
I'm not saying the price, I'm saying the value. So here comes the value proposition. So any asset that you have needs to be managed and maintained in a manner that over a period of time, it not only retains its value,
Correct.
but the value increases. So property management is one aspect which is related to real estate. Even for cars, we have to maintain and manage them in a manner in which you would
True,
agree
very
with me
true,
on
very
that,
true.
that the value actually increases over a period of time. At Capella, as far as the property is concerned, that's what we bring to the table.
Correct. So, Umar, you have multiple properties even internationally.
Omar, she's
How-
trying to get you in trouble now.
How would you
always
how would you evaluate them with your properties here in Dubai?
Well, it's far easier over here than abroad, honestly speaking.
In what context? Like
Yeah, I was going to elaborate on that. See, here the system, the working is far better, far easy. Uh, Even if you look at purchasing, leasing out, and everything else
the
related to what the
systems are more
property.
organized. Basically.
It's organized. It's less time consuming. It's less hassle, far less hassle. So if I have to compare where I have invested in the world versus Dubai, I would like Dubai would be like, I'm talking in terms of car lengths, would be a mile ahead compared
Mile
to
ahead.
any other place I've invested.
Okay.
And plus, yes, the returns are great, and I'm happy with Capella, the way they guide me, the way they tell me how to do things. So overall, yes, Dubai is way ahead in all aspects, I would say.
And how has your journey been since you have with Capella?
So far, we're doing good on top gear.
Yeah,
Okay.
so far. No,
I mean, Alhamdulillah, it's been great. See, it's one thing, me as a businessman, I always look as how not only growing business, but the trust. For me, trust is very important when I do business with people. Alhamdulillah, with Capella, the whole team, and Asim Bhai, I call him Bhai because I take him as a brother, elder brother. It's love and respect. So he's always been guiding me to do the right things. I have at times, because of the young rush blood, some genius ideas, I would call it. And he would sit down and tell me, no, it doesn't make sense in the long run, it's not good. So that's what is the key factor where I am so comfortable being with Capella. That is like the icing and the double icing on the cake.
Thank you, thank you. That much icing would
cause you fat.
it causes sugar rush. Thank you for that vote of confidence and your kind words and your beautifully and eloquently put words. As far as the last question was concerned, I have a small input. You see, in Dubai,
Yeah.
there are two aspects to it. The first is the systems, processes, and procedures, and I'm a stickler for having systems and processes and procedures in place.
Of course.
Dubai has some very, very, I would say, investor-friendly systems in place.
Correct.
But they are very strict. Compliance and everything is put in a manner which makes the overall experience simple and straightforward.
User friendly also.
User friendly, very user friendly. So that element is there. So one element is the systems and processes, and the second is the level of service that you can expect and experience and demand in Dubai. I think that element is far superior from other parts of the world.
Correct.
I mean, we have all operated in different areas
Yeah,
in the
I
world, and
totally
we have
agree
all
with you on
been
this.
to different places in the world. Even for restaurants, a simple example is a restaurant. The kind of service in hotels, the kind of service that you can expect, demand, and experience in Dubai is far superior from the rest of the world. I'm not saying that it's not in the rest of the world. There is, but the benchmark set by Dubai is way higher.
Correct. Yes.
And you are actually pleasantly surprised when you find similar level elsewhere in the world, where Dubai it's normal, it's expected. This is what
Yeah.
you expect.
Yeah,
It's going to
that's
be.
True, very true.
So, would you like to ask us anything, or do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, I have a personal question, like related to work, not personal. What is, if I need to transfer one of my assets to a family member or a non-family member, so what is the technical procedure and all? If you can share the details.
Thank you. Thank you for that vote of confidence, and thank you for considering me to transfer a non-family
anytime
member.
welcome.
You're planning to transfer some assets to me. That would be a welcome step. But listen, so you are basically, in real estate terms, we call it the journey from 4% to 0.125%.
Okay.
That's the journey. Technically speaking, you can transfer your property to anybody. You can gift it to anybody. That's called gifting.
Okay.
You can gift it to anybody. There are only 3 categories of relationships that are established, acknowledged, and adhered to as far as the property transfer is concerned. That can be your parents.
Okay.
That can be your husband or wife. And the third is your children.
Okay.
You may be very close to your brother, your sister. However, transferring property to them would entail a 4% transfer fee.
Okay.
So there are only 3 categories where you can transfer: spouses, parents, children.
Okay. Fair enough.
However, you can transfer it to anybody, even for people who are married. If, for example, they're undergoing a divorce, before the divorce is filed and finalized, you can transfer it at 0.125. And if the divorce has already taken place, the transfer would entail 4% transfer fee.
And loss of common sense.
That is given. That's given. That we would definitely have our own views and comments about your clouded judgment, but that's on you. And the process is very simple. You need to have your title deed. You need to have the passport copies. You need to have birth certificates and marriage certificates,
Okay.
all duly endorsed by the Dubai government. You need to have the
If you're
valuation.
married in Dubai itself, still you need endorsement, or it's
No, you need the marriage certificate.
that's it. The original to show and the copy to submit.
Yeah, the original to show and the copy to submit. So you plan to get married in Dubai. Thank you for that heads up.
I believe somebody was going to help me out, so I don't know who the angel
Yeah.
is.
So coming back to the topic, you need to have the affection plan. You need
Okay.
to have the valuation done. Once the title deed is there, the relationship is established, the valuation is done, the affection plan is done. You have all the documents, you submit it, and the transfer can take place anything between 1 to 2 weeks, and that's done.
Great.
I
Okay.
hope that clarifies your doubts
Crystal
and
clear.
your questions.
Further to this, now this is all smooth sailing. What you see as a rough weather in the transfer procedure?
You see, when you go for the transfer, a lot of us have bought property in year X,
Okay.
and we are getting it transferred at Y.
Okay.
So you have to see what the current valuation of that property is, and based on that valuation, the transfer is going to take place.
Okay.
That's the first thing. Secondly, a lot of people do not have those documents attested by the competent authorities before submitting it to the land department.
Oh.
So normally what happens, you submit a document and then you later on find out that, oh, this process is not complete, this process is not complete, or my documents have not been vetted by the Foreign Office or by the current ministries. So that, again, you have to get it done, and it takes about 3 to 4 weeks depending upon which country you are sending it to. Because it has to be done by the UAE embassy, it has to be done by the Foreign Office. So it takes time. So what we do, we have a checklist. Based on that checklist, we take the documents first, see if all the has been done, all the checks have been done, and then we run a dry test with Dubai Land Department so that we submit the document and see if anything is pending, and if it's not, then we take the clients so that the time, the precious time of the clients is not wasted during the transfer process.
Okay.
You see, the automation of the process, that's a very important question. Now, the automation has happened at the end of Dubai. But for people, for example, who were married in 1980s or 1990s in other areas of the world, the automation might not have happened at that time. Certainly it was not there. Still, the automation process might be lacking. So you have, for example, a marriage certificate that's in a certain language. It's not even in English. So you have to get the translation first of all done in English and Arabic, and then have the whole thing prepared and sent across. A lot of people have, my personal experience, they have not filed and they do not have an existing marriage contracts which can be submitted to the land department. It was done on a registry, it was done at certain places, in community centers, where there is a record, but the record
It's not
is
legal.
not in a manner that can
Statutory
be that
manner,
can
I
be.
would say.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, we would like to thank you
Oh, you're
for
most
sparing your
welcome.
valuable time. I know Angela is not going to say that,
No, I was just going to say.
but
No,
thank
wait.
you.
I'll say. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Omar, for joining us and sparing your very valuable time.
Welcome.
you.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching. See you in the next episode.